Hi all. In our today's session, we'll discuss about the split valuation. What is split valuations and what are the configuration required for the split valuation, right? So, split valuation enables you to evaluate substocks. Substock means part of a total stock of a material in different ways. So, in simple terms, normally what happens when our valuations will be taken care at plant level or a company code level, correct? We discussed this in our last session, correct? So we can evaluate our materials at a company code level or at a plant level. SAP recommends to have the valuation at a plant level, correct? Now, for material 1, for plant 1000, I can see I have total value of material 1000, right? But out of this 1000, 60% of materials we purchased from the Japan and 40% materials we purchased from India. Or out of this 1000, 60% of the stocks we have purchased from external sources and 40% we have produced in-house. Now I want to see these stock situations or the valuation situations below the plant level. Below the plant level based on the criteria, how much we have purchased from external sources, how much we have produced in-house, or how much we have purchased from Japan country, how much we have purchased from India, how much we have purchased from Australia. So what we are doing, we would like to view the valuations below the plant level based on some criteria. This can be achieved with the help of split valuation, right? We can evaluate our substocks, correct? Now, there are a number of reasons you may want to evaluate substocks, such as the material has different origin, means this material's origin is from Japan, this material origin is from Australia, this material is from Europe, right? So we can have different origins. The material is acquired via different types of procurement, whether it is internal procurement, whether it is external procurement, right? And the material has different categories, qualities: damaged, poor quality, good quality, medium quality. So different quality wise also we can categorize our substocks, right? So these categories can be decided based on the business scenarios. These are some of the available category. Okay. Now, split valuation is used only with moving average price control. If you are using moving average price, then only we can use split valuation. And material subject to split valuation cannot be evaluated or can be evaluated only via the moving average price. If you activated split valuations, that material has to be follow the moving average price, right? So now let's see how this split valuation works in SAP. We need to do some configurations. Let us go and check the configurations. I'll go to the SPRO. SAP reference IMG. I'll go to the material management, valuation and account assignment. And we have option called split valuation. We have two nodes here: activate split valuation, configure split valuation. The first one, let's see. Activate split valuation. By default, split valuation is activated in our system. Okay, we can select options here, split material valuation active. So by default, it is activated. If this option is activated, that doesn't mean all our materials are following split valuation. No. Until and unless we are assigning our valuation category to material master, system will not consider that material for a split valuation. If the valuation category is assigned in a material master, then only system consider that material will follow split valuation, right? So this is just a node to activate the split valuation. Now there is a configure split valuation node. So here, now here we have two important fields. One is global categories, we are calling as a valuation category, and global type, we are calling it as a valuation type, right? Now let's see what is valuation categories and valuation type. The valuation category indicates whether a material stock should be valuated as one unit or in parts. That means if the valuation category is assigned, system will consider that system should follow split valuation. It's also a key that indicates the criteria for defining a partial stocks and determine which valuation types are allowed. So valuation category is nothing but what is the criteria to split your valuation, whether it is country of origin, whether it is in-house production, internal, external purchasing, or whether it is a quality of the material, right? What is the criteria to split the valuation? That will be defined based on the valuation category. Now we have one more concept called valuation type. Valuation type is a key that identifies split valuated stocks of material and indicates the characteristics of partial stocks. So it is nothing but a characteristics. Valuation category is a criteria. Valuation type is a characteristics. If my criteria is country of origin, then my valuation characteristic, that is valuation type, is nothing but India, Japan, Australia. If my valuation criteria is quality, then my valuation type, which is a characteristics, is nothing but good, medium, bad, poor quality. So these are the valuation type. This is nothing but the characteristics. Okay. The valuation category is assigned in the material master records and selected during material transactions such as goods issue and goods receipt. So let's see now. So I'll go to the SCP again. So first of all, here we have two options. One is global types, another is global categories. I'll first go through the global categories. So you can see here we have some of the global categories, valuation categories already available, right? We have quality, we have automobile, retail, origin, status, in-house. So like that one, we have different valuation categories already available. Let me create one new category. I'll go and create a new category called Y. This is quality I'll consider. Okay. Or yeah. Okay. So this is a descriptions I have provided. Now, if we are doing external procurement, right? What should be our default valuation type? If we are doing in-house production, then what should be our default valuation type? So I have not yet defined our valuation type, so I'll not assign anything here. Later we will come and we will maintain this information. So let me click on create and let me save it. So I have saved my valuation category. I have created my valuation category. Now I'll go back. You can see my valuation category is here. I'll go back one more step. I'll go to the global types. Okay. And here I'm mentioning that my valuation types. I'm going to create three different types actually. Three different types we are going to create: good, medium, average. Okay. So let me just click on create. I'll just mention Z good. Okay. With this valuation type, external purchase order allowed, means for this valuation type, external purchase order allowed. Yes or no, we need to mention it here. If 2 means external purchase order, 0 means external purchase orders not allowed. In internal purchase orders, so if you see, I'm going to mention allowed. And I'm assigning account category reference. I'm giving 000 as account category reference. Right? Now click on create. So my first valuation categories is created. Valuation type is created. Right? Like this ones, I'm going to create others. Z good, Z medium, create, and then save. Right? And then finally, you can see Z good, Z medium, two created. one more, I'm going to create average. I'll click on create. I'll save it. You can see we have created 3 valuation types, right? Now I'll go back. I'll go back to my valuation categories, and here this is my valuation. Sorry, this is my valuation category. I'll go in change mode, and here I can mention if I'm going to purchase externally. So what should be my valuation type? I'm mentioning my valuation type here, Z good. Okay. If I keep this option default valuation type external purchase mandatory, external procurement mandatory, if I select these options, so whenever I'm creating a purchase order, this will be, system will propose this as a valuation type, and I cannot modify that one, right? So I do not want to make it mandatory. I'll just keep it like this one. For in-house also, I'm mentioning that Z good is the default one. So these default values I have assigned it. Let's save it. Can change. So what happens? We have assigned our default valuation types to our valuation categories. Now, if I go to the type category here, you can see your one valuation type is activated. Why? Because we have set it as a default, but 2 others are not activated. We have to activate. Why it requires to activate? How system knows that if you are using valuation category Y, what are the valuation types are allowed? Only activated valuation types are allowed for this valuation category. Currently, only Z good is activated. So it is only allowed for this valuation category Y. Let us activate these other 2 as well. So I'll just select this particular records and click on activate. So you can see here active options will come. Same for Z medium. So I activated my valuation types for a valuation category. Right? Now, how system knows that if I'm doing a transaction for plant X, plant 1000, then which valuation category should allow? I can say for plant X, valuation category Y should allow. For plant A, valuation category Z should be allowed, right? So there is a linkage between plant and your valuation category that can be assigned based on this criteria, category operating units. Here we need to go and we need to mention this valuation category will be activated for plant EBF and plant EHF. Only 2 plants can use this valuation category. So this is the configuration required for a split valuation. That's it. Now let's test the transactions. I'll go and create a fresh new metals. I'm giving my plant here, EBR. Okay, press enter. I'll just fill the mandatory fields. And here, if you see in accounting one, there is a field called valuation category. If any value is assigned here, then only system will consider that this material should follow split valuation. If any material, if valuation category is blank, system will not follow the split valuation for this material. Let me assign my valuation category. System will show only those valuation category which is activated for this plant. I can say Y Z quality that is activated for this plant. That is the reason it is showing here, right? I'll just select it here. Okay, and as I mentioned, if material is subject to the split valuation, it should follow price control V, that is moving average price. I'll just fill these informations and I will create this material. So my material number is 200021, right? Now I need to extend my material for my valuation types. How I can extend it? I'll just pass the material number here. Okay. Press enter. Just select the accounting view, view your plant, and you can see your valuation type. Now system will show only those valuation type which is actually activated for a valuation category Y. You can see Z average, Z good, and Z medium. Only those valuation types are available to extend. Let me just extend it for Z good first. It will take us to directly to the accounting view. Pass your valuation class for this material, plant, and valuation type combination. Okay, this is done. Now another. So now if I go and check it, you can see there is X mark against Z good. That means we have already extended our material, right? Now I'll go to the Z average, and here I'll mention my valuation class for Z average valuation type, and it will follow moving average price. And finally, one more time. If you can see, there are two X against Z good and Z average. Now that means it is extended for these two types. So we have to extend for Z medium now. And valuation type, valuation class, and moving average price. So what we did, we have configured the complete split valuations. We have maintained our master data. Let us follow some transactions. So I'll go to create purchase orders, ME21N. I'll give my supplier. I'm giving my purchasing organizations, purchasing group, company code. I'm giving my material. I'm giving my plant. I'm going to purchase 100 quantity with price 10. Okay. And you can see here in delivery tab, you can see there is a valuation type. By default, system is showing Z underscore good. Why? Because for a valuation category, we mentioned for external purchase orders, the default valuation type is Z good. So that's the reason it is showing. So this is an average material. So what I'm doing, I'm just selecting, I'm changing the valuation type here as a Z average, and I'm going to purchase it. Okay. So this is the first purchase order I created. Let us note down the purchase order number. The purchase order number is 66. I'm creating one more purchase order. Okay. This time also I'm going to purchase 100 quantity, but this is a 15 euro price. Okay. You can see the valuation type is came from the previous steps, previous purchase orders. I'm changing it here. I'm mentioning here as a medium quality. So medium quality 10 100 into 15. So one more purchase order I'm creating. So purchasing organizations, purchasing group, material, plant, and this time I'm going to purchase a good quality materials which is having 20 euro price. So 20 euro will be the price. I'll go to the delivery tab and I'll change it here as a good quality. So these three options we have selected. Let us save it. What we did, we have created our three purchase orders having three different valuation types. One is good, one is medium, one is average. Right? Let us do the goods receipt. I'll go to the goods receipt, Nego transaction code, option goods receipt, purchase orders, and then I'll give my purchase order number, that is 66. One more purchase order, that is 67. I'll do one time goods receipt for all these 3 purchase orders. And the last one 68. Right, so 3 purchase order here, and you can see our valuation types in a Migo screen: average, medium, and good. Right, let us post the goods receipt for all these 3 purchase orders and give my storage location. You can directly maintain it here as well. You can see we have maintained our storage locations. We have seen our quantity. That's all okay. That supplier has provided 100 quantity. This is test data. So we have just considered that supplier has provided the full quantity. Let me just add the delivery note. So my delivery note is this one. I'm going to click on check and I'll post it. So what we did, we have purchased 3 different. We have created 3 different POs. First is 100 quantity with 10 euro. Another is 100 quantity, 15 euro. Third one is 100 quantity, 20 euro. Right? So what is the total value here as per the PO? 1000, 1500 and 2000. Right? So this is the value per each PO. If you summarize, let us add these all 3. So my total value is 4500. Total quantity will be 300. Right? So if I see at plant level, what should be my moving average price? Equal to 4500 divided by 300. So my moving average price should be 15. Right? At a plant level. Plant EBR. Right? So at plant EBR, if you see, our moving average price should show 15 euro. Right? Let's see. I'll open my material master again. So my material document posted. Let me go to the material masters, MM03. Okay. Press enter. Let me go to the organization level, plant EBR. I'll go to the accounting one. You can see here, my total value is 4500. Total stock quantity is 300, which is 15 is my moving average price. Right? It is at material and plant level. Now I want to drill down below the plant level and I want to see how much valuations for good quality, for medium quality, and for average quality. So that also I can check it because we have activated these materials for a split valuation. So I'll go to the MM03 again. I'll pass my material. I'll select organization level. Sorry. I'll go to the organization levels. Okay. And I'll go to the valuation type here. I'll select my valuation type as Z. First is average. Okay. So if I go to the accounting view, I can see for average quality materials, my total valuation is 1000. Total quantity is 100. My moving average price for average quality material is 10. Similarly, I'll go to display another purchase order, another material. I'll go here. I'll pass my plant EBR. I'll check my valuation type as a medium quality. If I check the accounting one view, I found that my total value for this material is 1500. Total quantity is 100. My moving average price, that's the reason it is showing 50. And finally, MM03 material, press OK. My plant EBR, my valuation type will be good. So go here. So go to the accounting view. I can see for material this plant this valuation type good. My total valuation is 2000. and my total quantity is 100. My moving average price is 20. So what we did previously, we have seen my valuation at plant level. Now we have seen the complete valuation at below plant level, that is below for a valuation type. For a particular valuation type, we have seen our inventory valuation. Correct? We can see this information at a table level as well. If I go to the SC16N, I'll go to the MBW. If I pass my material number here, if I execute, I can see all this information here. If valuation type is blank, that means it is at plant level. So plant level, I have total 300 quantity. Total value is 4,500. My moving average price, that's the reason it is showing 50. But for this valuation type level, also I can evaluate my material. So for average, good and medium quality, this is my stock valuations. So this is the benefit of split valuations. Below plant level, we can evaluate our stocks. That means we can evaluate our sub stocks, right? So I hope this session is useful for you. Thank you so much.